Next, we'll talk about the third shot drive, okay? This is a little bit more of an aggressive shot that I think is a lot more similar to the serve and the return itself. Here, I'm not trying to get the ball to bounce into the kitchen per se, like I was with the drop. Instead, I'm being a little bit more aggressive, trying to get pace on this ball and attack my opponent. The main thing here with the drive is that I'm trying to keep this ball low so that it's difficult for my opponent to handle. I'll go ahead and demo one right here. Notice on the drive, I'm really focusing on making sure my momentum is going forward just where I want the ball to go. Just like the third shot drop, I'm really focusing on making sure that I get kind of closed off to the ball with my opposite leg stepping forward. My contact point is going to be very similar, about a foot away from my body, 2 feet away from my chest, and I still am trying to catch it out in front. Instead of trying to go through just the one ball on the drop, I'm back to where I was on the serve or the return, where I'm focusing on a longer, flatter follow through. I'm thinking about hitting 1, 2, 3 balls all the way in front of me, reaching out after contact before I get that nice low to high follow through at the end. Again, we are trying to keep this ball low, but we also want to have a little bit of pace on this as well. I don't want to be swinging so wild though that I start to make errors. Instead, I like to be somewhere at about 70% of my power. This is going to apply enough pressure on my opponent while not giving up too many unforced errors. A question I often get asked on the drive is, where should I be aiming? Okay. First, I would want to be paying attention to, are one of my opponents maybe moving up after the return still? Are they still somewhere in the transition zone? This would be a great target for me to aim at them, as they're not all the way up onto the kitchen and they're not balanced for a counterattack. The next thing I would want to be focused on when picking where to drive is, are there any weak spots on the court? Do I have an opponent that's maybe a lot weaker than the other? Maybe they're both pretty solid, but I noticed that player one has a really weak backhand counter. These are all things that I'm looking for, and if I spot something like this, I'm going to attack that weakness with my drive. Something that I like to do with my partners as I'm driving the ball is I will actually say the word drive for them so that they know I'm about to do something offensive. This thing gives them the ability to cover a little bit more ground, go up towards the center of the court, and maybe look to be aggressive with the poach out of the air.